Mr. Shebel, please call the roll.
Representatives Amabile. Rep. Amabile.
Excused.
Armagost. Bacon. Byrd. Bockenfeld.
Here.
Basenecker. Bottoms. Bradfield. Bradley. Brown. Here. Catlin. Clifford. Representative Clifford. Clifford's excused. Doherty. DeGraff. Degree Kennedy. Duran. English. Representative English. English is excused. Epps. Representative Epps.
Excused.
Evans. Rep. Evans.
Excused.
Frizzell. Froelich. Garcia. Hamrick. Hartsook. Hernandez. Rep. Hernandez. Hernandez is excused. Herod. Representative Herod. Herod's excused. Holtorf. Judah. Rep. Judah.
Excused.
Joseph. Kip. Leader. Lindsay. Linstead. Rep. Linstead. Linstead's excused. Luck.
Here.
Lukens. Lynch. Mabry. Rep. Mabry.
Excused.
Marshall. Martinez. Marvin. Rep. Marvin's excused. Morrow. McCormick. McLaughlin. Ortiz. Parenti. Puglisi. Ricks. Rutinel. Sirota. Snyder's excused. Soper. Rep. Soper. Soper's excused. Story. Taggart. Titone. Valdez A. Velasco. Vigil. Weinberg. Weissman. Wilford. Wilson. Winter. Woodrow. Young. And Madam Speaker.
With 56 present, 9 excused, we do have a quorum. Representative Lukens.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the Journal of Tuesday, March 19th, 2024 be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
Members, you've heard the motion that the journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Okay, we'll try again. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Members, we're going to start with announcements and introductions today. We have a number of guests here with us. Representative Froelich. No, sorry. Representative Velasco.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Today we have guests from Colorado Winds, our state workers, and SEIU 105. Welcome, please, let's welcome them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Busy day at the Capitol for sure. Representative Lynch.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have asked for and been granted permission to be absent tomorrow and Friday.
So approved. AML Winter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I have students that have traveled up from Trinidad, Colorado today. They're part of a leadership group trying to make their community better, so if we could all give them a round of applause, thank you.
You bet. Representative Hartsook.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Quick announcement. Green Colorado is going to be in the Capitol providing lunch at 11:30 in the North Foyer. Thank you so kindly.
You bet. Thank you. Representative Weissman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Judiciary Committee members, just to underscore what is not on the calendar today, Judiciary is not meeting today. May everybody recover from our labors yesterday. We'll see you next week.
Great. Rep. Amabile.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We will have Business Affairs and Labor today on adjournment 10 minutes after adjournment. We have a lot of work to do. We'll be hearing 1360, House Bill 1260, House Bill 1365, and Senate Bill 155. Thanks.
Thank you. Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Education Committee, we will meet 10 minutes after we adjourn, and we only have one bill today, Senate Bill 7-1. See you there.
Representative Froelich. Representative Froelich.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Today, 1:30, the Transportation, Housing, and Local Government Committee will meet in LSBA to hear 5 bills, one of which is for action only.
Thank you. Representative Kipp.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today, Energy and Environment members, we will be meeting 10 minutes upon adjournment in the old State Library. So Energy Environment members, we're in a different room. Old State Library, 10 minutes upon adjournment. We will be hearing 1341 and 1357.
Thank you. Representative Byrd, did you have an announcement? Representative Armagost.
Madam Speaker, I would like to request a moment of personal privilege.
So granted.
Members, today is Intellectual Developmental Disabilities Awareness Day. There are almost 300 people here from all over the state to raise awareness around intellectual and developmental disabilities. I want to remind you all that today is the IDD Awareness Luncheon, which will be held at the Denver Art Museum, and you are all invited to attend.
Representative Armagost.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today we recognize people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and the community of family members, researchers, advocates, educators, providers, case managers, and advocacy groups who work together to ensure that they have the supports they need to be fully living meaningful lives in their communities. People with IDD are defined by their strengths, abilities, and inherent value, not by their disabilities. With the appropriate resources, services, and personalized supports, they can and do make decisions about their own lives and meaningfully contribute to their communities just like people without disabilities. Thanks to the work of the IDD community and state policymakers, we have made significant progress toward ensuring that everyone with IDD has access to the supports they need to reach their full potential. However, despite this progress, many still experience barriers to integration, employment, healthcare, education, housing, and other aspects of community life that we take for granted.
Representative Byrd.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I just want to say my work on the Joint Budget Committee is what brought me closer to the IDD community and made me so much more aware of the community and all of the great ways our state has an opportunity to support them in, and the sacrifices and the hard work of families that support family members with IDD needs. And I have met working moms who they do their work at the day and then come home at night to support their adult children sometimes with IDD needs. And we need to step in and be a support as well. Our community is stronger when we are all strong and have the supports we need. This is why I'm so passionate about being part of this and supporting this community and making sure that every one of us is aware that our votes matter here. What we do as a state matters to support this incredible community. This year, I want you all to know that people with IDD are experiencing challenges due to major systems changes and an ongoing shortage of direct support professionals who are able otherwise to help them with their daily activities. Thankfully, the soon-to-be-introduced budget, this is where we all come in, not just JBC, contains a number of proposals that will help stabilize the service system, combat the workforce crisis, and ensure that people with IDD can access the full array of the services that they need to live full lives. As policymakers, it is incumbent upon us to work with the IDD community to resolve the barriers that they face and elevate the contributions that they bring to our communities and our state. Thank you all so much for your attention. Again, the luncheon is today at the Denver Art Community, or the Denver Art Museum. I hope you'll join me. I think Representative Armagost will be there. I know I will be there as well, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Thank you both. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to proceed out of order for consideration of resolutions.
Seeing no objection, we will proceed out of order for consideration of resolutions. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to Senate Joint Resolution 15.
Senate Joint Resolution 15 by Senators Winter F. and Kirkmeyer, also Representatives Ricks and Velasco.
Members, we are to our resolution. Please take your
sorry.
seats. Please proceed, Mr. Schiebel.
Senate Joint Resolution 15 by Senators Winter F. and Kirkmeyer, also Representatives Ricks and Frizzell, concerning the designation of March 2024 as Women's History Month in Colorado and in connection therewith acknowledging the countless contributions women have made in history and a contemporary society.
Representative Ricks.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, members. Between 1988 and 1994, Congress passed many initiatives to try to recognize Women's History Month. And since 1995, each year, there is an annual proclamation that comes from the President acknowledging Women's History Month. Today, we celebrate the women who have shattered glass ceilings, defied expectations, and paved the way of generations to come. Happy Women's History Month to everyone here in the chamber and around the world. As a tribute to today, I'd like to offer a concise summary of the presence of women in Colorado legislature. In 1893, Colorado pioneered women's suffrage by granting them the right to vote via popular election, making it the first state to do so. Subsequently, in 1894, Colorado achieved another milestone by electing women to its state legislature, marking the first instance nationwide. During landmark election, 3 women, Clara Cressenham, Carrie Hawley, and Frances Clark, were elected to the House of Representatives. Carrie Hawley was a prominent figure in women's suffrage movements, was particularly active, advocating for legislation to raise the age of consent for girls from 16 to 18, and successfully passed a bill granting mothers equal rights to their children as fathers. Furthermore, in 1912, Helen Ring made history as the first woman elected to the Colorado State Senate. In honoring the women of our past, we celebrate the strength, resilience, and the unwavering determination that has shaped history. Let us continue to uplift and empower women in every corner of the world. Women's History Month is a reminder of the extraordinary women who dared to dream, fought for equality, like Wilma Webb, who persisted many, many times to get Martin Luther King's holiday passed. And she changed the course of history. Let their stories inspire us to keep pushing boundaries, creating a better future. To all the women who have dared to dream big, break down barriers, and challenge the status quo, thank you for making the world a better place. Your courage and tenacity inspire us all. Women's History Month is a celebration of the fearless trailblazers like Representative Iman Joda and Elizabeth Velasco, and those who are the first to make history in this chamber. Also, Representative Brianna Titone, who have left an indelible mark on society. Let us remember their legacy and strive to create a world where every woman's voice is heard and valued. This Women's History Month, let us honor the remarkable women who have fought for justice, equality, and progress. Their stories remind us that we have the power to shape our own destinies and make a difference. Women's History Month is a time to recognize the strength, resilience, and brilliance of women throughout history. Let us stand together in solidarity, supporting and uplifting one another as we continue to break down barriers and achieve greatness. Every woman has a story, a journey that is filled with triumphs. Like myself, the first African immigrant elected to the State House, challenges and perseverances. Women's History Month is a celebration of those stories and an acknowledgement of the power and resilience that lies within each and every woman. To the women who have dared to be different, who have shattered stereotypes, who have shown the world what it means to be truly remarkable, thank you. Your contributions have changed the world and continue to inspire generations. Women's History Month is a reminder that women have always been at the forefront of change. Let us celebrate the achievements of the past, honor the accomplishments of the present, and empower future generations to keep pushing boundaries and reaching for the stars.
Representative Frizzell.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to start my remarks with a quote by one of Colorado's daughters, Madeleine Albright. She said, "It took me quite a long time to develop a voice, and now that I have it, I am not going to be silent." You know, history is a very interesting construct to me. Some people make history because they become famous or infamous. But everyone has a story, a history that others have contributed to, whether they know it or not. They've shaped you. They've shaped your history. One of mine was Mrs. Wadsworth, who saw a 14-year-old, skinny, shy, socially awkward, blonde little teenager who was struggling really badly in math. And she stayed after school every day with that kid and helped her gain the confidence that would ultimately take her through engineering school, which is not a math light situation, as it turns out. She is part of my history. And you know what? She probably doesn't even know it. So today, when we're talking about women's history, I want to make sure that we acknowledge not just the famous or the infamous, but those who contribute every day and have contributed to all of our amazing histories, whether you are a woman or a man. Thank you.
I want to thank you both members, but we do need to move the resolution. And if you would like for it to be read at length,
Yes.
Great. Representative Ricks.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move resolution SJR 24015, and I ask that it be read at length.
Thank you. Mr. Schiebel, please proceed.
Whereas women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of both the nation and the world in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. And whereas American women have played and continue to play a critical economic, cultural, and societal role in every sphere of life by constituting a significant portion of the labor force, lending their energy to work inside and outside of the home. And whereas particularly vital in the establishment of early charitable, philanthropic, and cultural institutions in America, Women have been leaders every step of the way, securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity. And whereas through their contributions to the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and especially the peace movement, American women have worked to create a more fair and just society for all. And whereas after the American Revolution, the notion of education as a safeguard for democracy created opportunities for women to gain a basic education only. And whereas pioneers of secondary education for young women faced arguments from physicians and others that women were incapable of intellectual development equal to that of men and would be harmed by striving for it. And whereas the commitment to educational equality by women throughout academia has resulted in their involvement and ascension in politics and government. And whereas the National Women's History Project, now known as the National Women's History Alliance, began with a proclamation by former United States President Jimmy Carter that declared the week of March 8, 1980 as the first National Women's History Week. And whereas against social conventions and legal constraints, women have created a legacy that broadens the frontiers of possibility for future generations. And whereas women have demonstrated their character, courage, and commitment as mothers, educators, institutional builders, relief workers, CEOs, and leaders in business, politics, religion, and other communities. And whereas the lives and work of women inspire girls and other women to achieve their full potential and encourage boys and men to respect the diversity and depth of women's experiences. And whereas thousands of events are occurring to mark the economic, political, and social achievements of women as organizations, governments, charities, educational institutions, women's groups, corporations, and the media celebrate this month. And whereas Women's History Month is an ideal platform for all Coloradans to reflect on women's struggle for equal educational rights and on their significant contributions to this state and to the nation. And whereas recognizing the month of March 2024 as Women's History Month in Colorado highlights the achievements of women across this state and the nation who have created a more fair and just society for all people. Now therefore be it resolved by the Senate of the 74th General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the House of Representatives concurring herein, that we, the Colorado General Assembly, recognize the month of March 2024 as Women's History Month in Colorado and invite the people of this state to explore the critical economic, cultural, and social roles women have played and continue to play in every sphere of life in Colorado and in America.
Representative Ricks.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I ask that this morning's roll call be added to this. Oh, we need a vote on it. Oh.
We'll go ahead and do our vote, and then, of course, we can open it up for co-sponsors. Thank you, representatives.
Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before us is the adoption of Senate Joint Resolution 15. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Bradley? Representative Bradley is excused. Please close the machine. With 61 ayes, 0 no, and 4 excused, Senate Joint Resolution 15 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the following bills be added to the special orders calendar on Wednesday, March 20th, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. House Bill 1324, House Bill 1329, and House Bill 1319.
Seeing no objection, the bills listed by the Majority Leader will be added to the special orders calendar today, Wednesday, March 20th at 9:30 a.m. Representative Kipp. Members, you've heard the motion. Seeing no objection, Representative Kipp will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. With your unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there is a request for reading a bill at length. Committee reports are printed and in your folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and on your iPads. Bills will be laid over upon motion of the Majority Leader, and the coat rule is most definitely relaxed. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1021 until tomorrow.
Seeing no objection, House Bill 1021 will be laid over until tomorrow. Mr. Schiebel, can you please read the title of House Bill 1324?
House Bill 1324 by Representative Clifford, also Senator Liston, concerning the Attorney General's oversight of restrictive employment agreements.
Thank you. Representative Clifford.
Madam Chair, I have an amendment.
Thank you. But first, could you please move the bill and the committee report?
Madam Chair, I move the bill and the committee report.
Thank you. The bill and the Business Affairs and Labor Committee report have been moved. Is the amendment to the bill or to the committee report? Wait, before we get there, is the bill to the amendment to the bill, the amendment to the bill, or to the committee report?
To the bill. We're on the committee report.
Okay, let's do the committee report. Representative Clifford, can you please tell us about the committee report?
The committee report, we adopted the bill, and we had one recommendation for amendment, which we will hear today.
Thank you.
And I ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the Business Affairs and Labor Committee report to 1324? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the committee report. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee report is adopted. Can you please tell us about your bill, Representative Clifford?
This is a training repayment agreements bill. The issue, we have somebody in our district, this is how it came to me, a 17-year-old kid went to work for PetSmart, was offered free training to work in the job to learn how to dog groom. They gave him roughly 26 hours a week. He couldn't make that work in his life as far as the finances were concerned. When he left the job, they said, "You owe us $5,000 for that dog training, and it's payable immediately," and then they trashed his credit. Once I opened up that can of worms, I spoke to the Attorney General's office the day after I was elected on this particular issue, and he says, "We hear about this kind of stuff all the time." So I've now heard from dozens of people in our state that these types of things have happened to, where we have training repayment agreements that are widely used in useful nature. We use them for government all the time when we pay for people's education, and then we say that you have to work for us for X number of years if we pay for this education for you or you owe it back. not particularly useful in low-wage employment. So we're giving the Attorney General the ability and the authority to regulate the use of these agreements, and that is what this bill does.
Thank you very much. Would you like to move your amendment now?
Madam Chair, I move L6 and ask that it be displayed.
Thank you. Okay, L6 has been properly moved and is properly displayed. Please tell us about your amendment.
Madam Chair, this particular amendment, so there's a fee to register when you use these types of agreements. This is a small business and government exemption from that fee. This gives the ability to waive any fees for businesses that are using 5 or fewer of these types of agreements a year.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on L006? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of L006 to 1324. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. The ayes have it. 1324, L006 to 1324 is adopted. Thank you. Is there further discussion on 1324? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of 1324. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. 1324 is adopted. Mr. Schiebel, can you please read the title of HB 24, 1329?
House Bill 1329 by Representatives Byrd and Lindstedt, also Senator Marchman, concerning the continuation of the State Board of Licensure for architects, professional engineers, and professional land surveyors, and in connection therewith implement recommendations contained in the 2023 Sunset Report by the Department of Regulatory Agencies.
Thank you. Representative Lindstedt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1329 and the committee report.
Okay, to the committee report, the Business Affairs and Labor Committee report. Who would like to tell us about it? Representative Lindstedt.
Thank you. In committee, we added an amendment to give land surveyors continuing education requirements, and we added some clarifying language for our professional engineers. I ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Business Affairs and Labor Committee report to 1329. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The committee report is adopted. Please tell us about the bill. Representative Byrd.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, members, thank you for taking the time to listen to our bill. I really want to take this opportunity to elevate the contributions made by our licensed architects and professional engineers, and also professional land surveyors. Every day, you know that millions of us work and live in environments designed and assessed by licensed architects, professional engineers, and professional land surveyors. The decisions that these licensed professionals make impact not only our health, safety, and welfare, but of future generations today. Without their good work, Colorado would be much more disorganized, less safe, and all future development really would cease to exist. We need these professionals and for them to be well educated, as our bill supports. I encourage a yes vote.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on 1329? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of 1329 as amended. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The ayes have it. HB 24, 1329 is adopted. Mr. Schiebel, can you please read the title of HB 24, 1319?
House Bill 1319 by Representatives Duran and Winter, also Senator Danielson, concerning the Colorado Professional Firefighter's License Plate and in connection therewith, specifying that the Colorado Professional Firefighter's License Plate expires upon the transfer of a motor vehicle.
Thank you. Majority Leader Duran.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1319 and the Appropriations Committee report.
Thank you. Can you tell us to the committee report? Can you please tell us about the Appropriations Committee report?
That's it.
Assistant Minority Leader Winter.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Basically, we're just redesignating this money to make sure that it gets to the firefighters upon transfer of a license plate.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Appropriations Committee report to 1319. All in favor, please say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Appropriations Committee report is adopted. Who would like to tell us about the bill? Assistant Minority Leader Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You all know what firefighters do for us from 9/11 all the way through, and especially in rural Colorado, it's important because most of them are volunteer firefighters. And, you know, it's an honor to be on this bill with Majority Leader Duran and make sure we take care of those that take care of us. This bill will ensure that when someone purchases a new vehicle or transfers plates, they go through the same verification process and ensuring that the Colorado Professional Firefighters Foundation receives the funds they need to provide great services to our constituents. With this minor change to the process, we will continue to raise funds for the foundation, which goes directly to help firefighters and firefighters' family during times of need. I urge an aye vote today. Thank you.
Thank you. Majority Leader Duran, did you wish to comment? Okay, seeing no, is there any further discussion on 1319? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of 1319. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The ayes have it. HB 24-1319 is adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
Thank you. Seeing no further discussion, the committee will rise and report.
The House will come back to order. Mr. Shebo, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Madam Speaker, your Committee of the Whole begs leave to report is under consideration the following attached bills being the second reading thereof and making the following recommendations thereon. House Bills 1319 as amended, 1324 as amended, 1329 as amended, passed on second reading, ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1021 laid over until March 21st, 2024.
Representative Kipp. Members, you have heard the motion, and there are no amendments at the desk. The question before us is the adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole. Mr. Shebo, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Byrd, Epps, Hernandez, Marshall. Please close the machine. With 49 aye, 12 no, and 4 excused, the report of the Committee of the Whole is adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to lay over the balance of the calendar to Thursday, March 21st, 2024.
Seeing no objection, the balance of the calendar will be laid over until tomorrow, Thursday, March 21st. Seeing no further announcements or introductions, Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will stand in recess until later today.